Welcome back to Morning Musings with Tara from TSW Life Coaching and myself, Soul Works by Sue Pickering. We are going to talk today about owning our strengths and being able to share that and being in a space where we can just be proud of who we are without it making us feel like we're bad because we're vain, which we're not. So yeah, welcome, Tara.
Hello. I'm excited about this one because it's definitely something on my journey that I've come up with on many levels. Um, but there's such a fear in our society of being egotistical or
Yeah.
being vain or, I mean, all the words. And so I think we're just conditioned. And I think partially it's the conditioning to keep us from owning our strengths.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I used to feel like, well, I can't really say because now I'm not humble. And I've had clients that have said, how do I be humble and be where I can be confident and say how I feel and what who I am? And you definitely can be humble in, knowing that you can share your gifts with other people because it helps other people too, right?
Absolutely. And I don't know if we talked about on here, but I actually looked that up because that's something being humble. Um, something there was another word that and then they said like the Greek start of the word and like what the word broke down to. Humble actually means grounded.
Mm,
And so to me that totally was a mind frame change because I can own my strengths and be grounded in that. And that is definitely different than being an ego about it. Like, I am the greatest thing ever.
yeah,
That is being
yeah,
an ego about it. Being humble and in the translation that I take it as is being grounded is really just owning my strengths and yeah, I can do that
yeah.
and being okay with that and really I guess that's it, just owning my strengths. But I
Well,
think, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I thought you
No, mine's, it's okay.
were. And owning your strength, like it's like you didn't start off being who you are, where you're at, how you are, without having to go through the muck to get there. So being the fact that we go through so much to find out who we are and to be in it, why wouldn't you want to be proud of the fact that you came from here to here and having all of that be shown for other people to see?
Beautifully said. And it's so true. And I think part of that conditioning too is why a lot of people struggle with owning it even within themselves and like congratulating themselves. And I've had to train myself to go, yay, Tara, and not from an ego place, but from that, yay, like I did that. And why would I not want to do that? I mean, you look at kids and they're like, they think they're the greatest dancers or the greatest, fastest runners. And I mean, why would you not want to have that confidence in yourself? What is wrong with that? We don't go to kids, well, stop being egotistical because they think they can run
Yeah.
and dance.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, I just had a client and that's kind of like, do you realize all that you've done and who you are? And it's like we strive to be something, but we don't realize the in between, who we are in between that, and to just own it and be in it and be able to share that gift with other people in knowing that they can too share their light and be humble and be in a space where they're not egotistical or vain by saying, I as well do whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs come up against too at some point is how do I, especially someone like that does stuff like we do, how do I sell myself to people if I can't own who I am? And it was actually at a market, someone said, like thank you so much. And oh my God, you're so good or whatever. And I was like, thank you. I'm going to take that because I have done a lot of work to be, I mean, I know the messages don't come from me necessarily. Um, they channel them, but I have done a lot of work to be that clear channel. And why would I not take credit for that? It has been hell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And to believe in yourself enough to say thank you for recognizing that in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and that's such a huge thing, just saying thank you when someone gives you a compliment. It's so common. Oh, it's no big deal or and but you're listening to yourself too. And so you're minimizing rather than it took me training to just say thank you and just leave it at that. Thank
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And
be
it's
okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't realize the impact we have on people. And when they give us that recognition of it, I'm just me, I'm just doing what I'm here to do. You're not really receiving then, right? You're not really seeing your own light in what you've provided for someone. I have a lot of people, followers, and I go away and oh, can I give you a hug? I know you. And it's like, okay. But now it's like, I'm now in a space where going, you know what? I've impacted someone that I didn't even know. And why not own it? Because I mean, it is what it is, right? And for them to see the light in me is pretty awesome because I didn't always have that light.
That's beautifully said. And it gives, I think when you receive, like you said, it gives them the opportunity to see that as well. And I just heard something and I thought it was so beautiful. The things that we admire in other people are all a part of us as well. They're
Yeah,
just untapped parts of us. And so what we're recognizing in them is just an untapped part of us. And so it's an invitation to embrace that part of you too, because that too is a part of you. And I think that is such, again, that just takes me energetically back to oneness. Why oneness is the way we're moving. Doesn't mean oneness in the same. It just means recognizing that within, that all of us have that within us.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's so important for us to see that, as well as, some people will say, "Oh, I love that, Tara, that you are this and that." But often it's not that they want that response, but there's often a space where they see that in you and they don't see that light yet in themselves. And it's that reflection. We see others, sometimes we see ourselves in others, right? So being in that space where you can actually allow them to see their light in them seeing your light. Does that make sense?
Yep. And I guess there it's reflected when
Yeah.
they see it in you. It's reflecting that on back on them and showing that little spark that's within them,
Yeah.
which is I think a beautiful, like you said, a beautiful way to share our light and give people other permission to own their own light.
Absolutely. And that's really what we're here for. We're here to see and shine our light, and everyone has it. And the more we can encourage people to see their own light, the brighter that light gets, and it just continues to grow.
And I think that that's what just kind of came to me is that's the difference between being egotistical or what our society says is not being humble is because we are not recognizing that that's a part of them. It's like, yep, that's me. And
Yeah.
it's different than, yeah, and that's you too. And I see it in you too.
Yeah.
It's birthing or it's coming or I see that spark.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that would be the difference energetically.
Yeah. And as well as seeing our own confidence in ourselves, in our own belief, right? Because often we don't have confidence, so we're saying, "Oh, well, am I that good?" Like, right? So you don't have that confidence, or you don't see that, the extreme of the impact you have on people and owning your strengths. because that's important. That's part of that journey. And when we have that confidence and saying, yeah, thank you, I have worked hard to be here, is not ego, is not vanity in any way. If you're asking to be seen in that light, to prove yourself, then I would say that's more ego and vain and not as much being humble as, just being in it.
Exactly. And I know from my experience, the people who are the loudest about how great they are the ones that are the hardest on themselves.
Yeah,
And they have those inner demons that are just screaming at them, telling them how horrible they are. So they need to outwardly tell people how
yeah,
wonderful they are to try and calm that
yeah,
inner dialogue.
yeah. To prove to other people that they are who they say they are or want to be.
Yeah.
Um, and often we are taught through our upbringing that you should not tell people who you are. You shouldn't say it. You need to just sit down and be quiet. And that kind of squishes our light. It really does. And it doesn't allow us to really be all encompassing of who we are and being in a space where, now when someone does give me a compliment, I don't know how to react to it because I've always been told, don't, you know?
I don't know if this on the replay will show up, but I have a snoring dog beside me now.
Oh,
So,
I don't hear them.
okay. But it might show up. So, just in case it does.
Yeah,
Um, I was going to say that is so, whether you're religious or not, but that is the religious thread that is just woven into our society, that wounded society about that being, yeah, don't own your light is pretty much the message. It's just said in different ways about, like we talked about that being humble and about, sit there, be quiet, don't tell people about yourself, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, that's all woven into our society. That's in the very fabric of it right now, which is why it has to go.
yeah,
Um, it's part of that conditioning, that
that's right.
Catholic,
And
not necessarily Catholic only, but
yeah,
Catholic conditioning.
yeah. And it stops us from being seen. It truly does. And then we, as entrepreneurs, I'll just speak it that way. We want to be seen for who we are. We want to be seen and make an impact for people to see us, for us to shine our light. But we don't know how to actually be seen because we've been told that if you shine too bright, you're just full of yourself. So then we hold ourselves back and we don't really portray all that we are. And then we go, well, I'm showing my full self, right? And it just stops us from really having that fulfilled life from a space of letting our strengths shine through, right?
Mm-hmm. It just came to mind Marianne Williamson's quote, and then I've heard it credited to other people, so I don't know who said it. So if anyone knows, put it in the comments. I'm not going to claim it because it's not mine, but it's not necessarily our darkness that we fear, it's our light. And it's about being that bigger version of us that we fear. And I can personally attest to that is definitely something I've gone a lot of work into on my ego level because it doesn't want to shine. It wants to stay in the shadows. It wants to stay quiet. And the more you push it, the more it kind of brings that out and brings that conditioning out. And the more you kind of face it head on. And you'll face it with a lot of people too, especially people who have known you before or older versions of you will, um, well, aren't you high on yourself now? Or, and that kind of thing. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
I am because I'm
Yeah.
great. And that doesn't mean
Yeah.
I think you're great too. That
Yeah.
doesn't take anything away from you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I can have my magic and I can let my magic shine and I can still see your magic in whatever capacity that is and create that as an equal. and not be in a space of my magic's bigger than your magic, and you need to just tone yours down so I can be seen more because I've never been seen. So there's a cycle there, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's where the competition comes from too. And
Yeah.
it's which again is another conditioning of our society. And it's all about that. Um, if we're in competition with each other, then it keeps us playing small
Yeah.
in that, like you said. So it's that loop of keeping us playing small. And so the more we can stand in our power and stand in our light, it invites other people to own that and stand in their light. And I don't just mean you and I mean
Yeah.
people in general.
Yeah.
The more you can stand and own your light, the more you encourage others to go, hmm. And I think it sparks it in them too.
100%.
Sometimes for the good, sometimes not so much.
That's right. It makes you continue to be big, or it makes you maybe retract back into your shell. But then that's something for each of us to decipher and learn from and move forward from.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that it's important for us to see other people's lights. Um, we each have something different in our light. We can have both the same candle, but our light is different, right? Each of
Mm,
us has something different to share. It may be the same thing, but in a different capacity. And I think that that's important for everyone to understand that Tara and I, we do the same things in some cases, but I don't do it the way she does, and she doesn't do it the way, it doesn't make either one of us less than. It's just we're in our capacity how we are, and to find the right people to share it with.
absolutely. It doesn't steal from me or you anytime someone else shines. It just adds more brightness to the
Collective.
fire or the
Yep.
candle or whatever. It
Yep.
doesn't extinguish anybody.
100%. And it shouldn't. And it shouldn't.
No,
So for us to really own what our strengths are, as well as going, hey, your strength is way better here. My strength is way better here. So let's do something that is going to be so impactful and allow both of our strengths to shine in order to share it with the world.
absolutely. And I think that's beautiful that you brought that up because that's where collaborations come in, which is all that feminine energy is that divine feminine is all about collaborating, not competition.
That's right.
That's the wounded in us.
Yeah.
And we can. And the more, like, I just have this visual now of all these candles coming together and holding their wicks together, and then the flame being huge.
Yeah.
And that's how we change our world,
Yeah.
one awakened heart at a time.
That's right. That's right. And it truly brings me to the soul essence revival that we do. It truly does. We both are in a space, and well, I'm speaking for myself. Um, we're both in a space where we both feel that we each have something to create and be to make a whole. And Tara is amazing at certain things. I am amazing at some other things. I almost said good at it.
Thank
My
you.
own advice, let my own light shine. But
Right?
yeah, and being making it one whole beautiful thing that is more impactful than just Tara doing one thing and me doing another thing at two different times.
Yeah,
It creates something more abundant, more well-rounded for the right people, right? And it's just um never have I ever felt that, oh, well, she shone brighter today than me, or felt that way. It's just we just do it together, and it's the way we should be as the collective.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah. Is that all we got today?
I don't know. I think so. That
Yeah.
sounds, I feel like it's kind of complete.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great conversation that I think a lot of people are going to gain a lot from
Yeah.
because it really is. and not just entrepreneurs. It's about everything. It's about the more you stand in your light and your power, the brighter you are and the more you light other
Yep,
people up.
that's right.
And that's how we clear out the shadows of the world.
That's right. And I would love if people are listening to this, when people listen to it, you put in the comments what you shine the brightest in or with, or what you do that makes you
Own it.
feel, yeah, absolutely. And be in it and share it. Like, I would love to hear in the comments, I'm sure Tara would too, um, what it is.
Yeah.
Why not?
This get your brag on because
There
that's
you
what,
go. I like that.
yeah, totally.
Okay. Well,
We'll
thank
start
you
with
again.
us.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you again, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Maybe.